All right. I can't play you guitar today because I want to cover something important, but maybe in the future I will take some requests and play some songs. Um, I don't know a lot of pop music, but I do like popular music. So I can play a couple things. I can figure things out. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe in the future, that's something that we can do. Today, what I want you to be thinking about and working on is finishing out all of our different types of sentences that we've been working on. We've been working on simple, reviewing that, reviewing compound, complex, and today we're going to look at a compound complex sentence. After that, I want you to answer a Google form and then you are done. So make sure you watch this video. It'll help you answer that Google form. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I wrote a little paragraph for you guys about the rain. Today, the rain is falling down and I'm starting to get sleepy. When I was young, I loved to watch storms with my grandmother. While some people might run inside at the sound of thunder, she and I would sit on the front porch and we would wait for the storm to roll in. Okay, that's a true story. I loved watching storms with my grandmother. And maybe you like watching storms too. I want to hear about it. Here we go. There's three types of sentences here in this little paragraph. Today, the rain is falling down and I'm starting to get sleepy. It's a compound sentence. Let's highlight it. My compound sentence color. When I was young, I loved to watch storms with my grandmother. That is a complex sentence. Put this gray color. Okay, here comes our new sentence. While some people might run inside at the sound of thunder, she and I would sit on the front porch and we would wait for the storm to roll in. That is a compound complex sentence. So what I want to do is I want to break this down and talk about why is it compound complex, what makes it compound complex. So let's look at this paragraph one more time here. And let's really break it down based on clauses, because if you can figure out clauses in a sentence, you can figure out what type of sentence it is and is the punctuation correct. So let's look at an independent clause, which is a clause that can stand alone by itself. It's a complete idea, it's a complete sentence. And let's look at a subordinate clause. A subordinate clause is the less important idea. It depends on the other idea. It's also known as a dependent clause, and it cannot stand alone as a complete idea or sentence. So let's take a look. I'm going to read through this. I'm going to highlight all of the independent clauses green and all of the subordinate clauses red. Let's get started. Today, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Today, the rain is falling down. Let's look at that. The rain is falling down. Now, is that a complete sentence? Is it a complete idea? Or is it an incomplete? It's a complete idea. It is an independent clause. So let's put that as green. I am starting to get sleepy. Is that an independent or a subordinate clause? So you ask yourself, I am starting to get sleepy. Can that stand alone by itself? Yes, it can. So let's make it green. So as you know, a compound sentence has two independent clauses. When I was young, you should be asking yourself, is this complete or is it not complete? It is not complete. When I was young, that is a subordinate clause. I loved to watch storms with my grandmother. That is an independent clause. It can stand alone. While some people might run inside at the sound of thunder, is that a complete idea? No, it depends on something else. Therefore, it is a subordinate clause. Let's make it red. Subordinate just means like less important. It's the dependent one. She and I would sit on the front porch. She and I would sit on the front porch. Complete idea. And we would wait for the storm to roll in. We would wait for the storm to roll in. Is that a complete? Is it a complete idea or is it an incomplete? Can it not stand alone? It can stand alone. Very good. We would wait for the storm to roll in. Okay, so let's take a look at what makes up a compound sentence. A compound sentence has two independent clauses. The rain is falling down. I'm starting to get sleepy. A complex sentence has one subordinate clause at least and one independent clause. Let's look at our compound complex sentence. Here it is. Let's make it by itself. It has one subordinate clause and it has two independent clauses. So that's what makes up a compound complex sentence. So if you want, you can pause the video here and use this to help you fill in your classwork. So in review, a compound complex sentence has at least one subordinate clause and two independent clauses. And that is your compound complex sentence. Good luck. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Adios.